In India, movies about patriotic people, patriotism in general, not very popular. I guess people are patriotic, but they're not given to flag waving and shouting slogans against other nations, other people. It's not part of our style of living. So patriotic movies are very few and far between. And if there are any, it will be a historical movie like one about Bhagat Singh or some other person who gave up his life for the freedom struggle. But routine patriotism, we just Indian tend to squirm a little bit in our seat, when you watch movies like that. We don't really think people are like that, though it's true of foreigners, but we don't. So that's why there are very few movies based on patriotism. So here is a movie directed by somebody called Parameshwar. He has done movies earlier. In fact, he did one notable movie called Three Roses. Notable, not for anything else except that it was a terrible movie. And it starred three girls in the mold of, or the pattern of Charlie's Angels. It was modeled on Charlie's Angels. And one of them was Jyotika, and the other was Laila, and the third one was Ramba. Three girls, more or less, in the peak of their career when they did that movie. But it was a terrible disaster. Maybe we weren't quite ready to have three heroines, crime busters, Maybe the audience didn't much care for it. But anyway, Parameshwar dubbed that, and now this time he's gone on to a subject which is more what he can handle, because he has handled this very well. The main character is a young man called Mahesh. I don't know if he can be called a hero, because hero generally denotes that the guy is doing heroic stuff, something that's good and laudable. But here he is not. He's in a villainous role, so I guess you can just call him the villain. But yet he's the main character. So, and there are three girls in it. The three girls are also, they don't do anything less than the main villain, in the sense they're as important to the story as the guy. Normally such things won't happen. The girls are just there to add glamour, and the guys do all the work. So here, this is a movie about somebody who's got a grouse against India and the Indian people and the Indian government. He's a Muslim. But that's not the reason why he's got a grouse. He's got some grouse because somebody somewhere attacked his brother and killed him. So he's vowed revenge. And how these three people, four people in all, including the main guy. The other three look like geeks, college kids. They got a MacBook and they set it up, and immediately they're on the net. And they're all very believable characters. Nobody is with impeccable haircuts and fantastic bodies. Just three guys. And this main leader. So he escapes being arrested in Europe somewhere, and he finds his way to India through the Andamans, and then they finally decide to land in India, in Chennai, from the sea. So that was how the movie starts, with them sitting traveling in on a fishing trawler. And for a minute I thought, oh my God, this is going to be an enactment of the 26/11 attacks on Mumbai. But it doesn't turn out to be that Mumbai attack. This is a completely different story. The idea has been probably taken from there, just to come into the land from the sea rather than through air or by rail. So this guy comes into along with three other accomplices, and then they make a couple of mistakes like everybody will make in their life. So their mistakes lead the police on to them, and the police are not able to exactly identify where they are and what they are and who they are. But it gives them enough clues to know that there's something bad being planned by a bunch of terrorists, and then that they should look out for this. So they beef up security in all the prime areas of the city, which are vulnerable to attacks, like railway stations, airports, seat of government, and all that, which makes these people change their plans. They say, okay, now it looks like these guys have been alerted, so we'll have to move elsewhere and seek some other targets. So the interesting twist comes in, how do they carry out the attack? Who does the attack? And what was the attack going to be like? Was it just a tiffin box bomb left in a bicycle, like they do so often in those Indian Mujahideen or whatever, they're constantly putting cycles with explosives in it? Or is there going to be something bigger? Is it going to be a bomb? Is it going to be a vehicle? So all that, you'll be wondering as the movie unfolds, what is a plan that these guys have to do whatever they're planning to do. So the three girls are very critical in the movie. One of them converts herself to be part of the terrorist group. And that's the surprise element in it. she is also convinced by the leader of the group that, you know, you need to do something for your own community, not just sit there and, you know, and just dress yourself up and all that. So she converts herself into a terrorist, so to say, very quick. And to prove that she can actually take it, you know, like everyone else, she's ordered to kill her own friend with a gun. The leader of the terrorists says, okay, if you're such a genuine character, so go and kill your friend. Let's see you do that. And she does that. Well, anyway, I don't want to reveal the rest of the story to you, but a very patriotic story, not overdone with very cliches, just the right amount of sincerity in the characters. The terrorists also look convincing. They are not all like black cats and with tons of, you know, bandoliers, shells and all that across their chest and grenades hanging from their belts. None of that stuff. They're just normal looking guys, quite easily mix into the city and never be spotted. So it's a very well made movie, and the right amount of patriotism, not too much flag waving, which will make every one of us squirm in our seat and be completely uncomfortable watching a movie like this. But this is very well done, and Parameshwaran needs to be given a full round of applause for making a very gripping story. The tension between the terrorists, how they search for one of the girls who escapes, and how the police very nearly grab them. All that is beautifully done, and the movie deserves to be a hit. It's a well-made movie. No ridiculous songs and dances. It's just a good action movie. So that's Karumpuli. I suggest you go and see it.